everyone and happy Halloween! Welcome back to STEAM at Home with Librarian Jennifer. Today I'm going to show you how to make a goofy little dancing robot using nothing but a dollar store electric toothbrush. So if you want to know how to make one of these goofy little guys, stick around! If you've ever been to STEAM, you know that we really love to use the motors out of these cheap little toothbrushes. So to get the motor out, you'll need some tweezers, not tape. And there is a little plastic piece in there with a spring, if you can see that. I'm just going to grab that plastic cylinder and yank. There we go. And out came my little vibrating motor. This is what we're going to use to make our little monster dance. So, first thing, let's test our motor to make sure it actually works. I've got one here. I took the spring off the top, and carefully, you want to make sure you don't nick these little pieces here. Those are going to be your connectors. One's positive, one's negative. Doesn't really matter which one. I did connect some wire using tape. If you're not familiar with how I make these little battery packs, check out my electric circuits video. I just connected some wire using electrical tape to a battery. It's a quick and easy way to make a battery pack. So I connected that, and now I'm just going to connect one wire to one of these little ports and then the other to the other side and make sure it actually vibrates. And it does. So now that I know that my motor works, I'm going to set that aside for a minute and I'm going to make my monster. You can make your monster out of anything that's lightweight. I've made it out of styrofoam pumpkins before. I've made it out of cardboard tubes before. The main thing is you want something you can glue your motor to because the motor needs to be really secure. So go ahead, look around your house, see what you have, and get started on that. So I made my little monster. He's just a toilet paper tube with some construction paper that I glued on and decorated, some feathers for hair. I also had a broken Halloween decoration that I found that had a light in it. So I pulled the light out and glued it inside. So that's what's lighting up inside of him. So now that that is done, let me turn my light back on. We're going to move on to our motor. So I've connected one end of my wire to one of the little receptacles down at the end. I'm going to tape that in place. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and took one of my wires from my battery, wired it to my little outlet there, taped it on, and then I taped my motor right onto the back of my battery. Then I took the spring that I removed earlier and I connected it back to just one of those little outlets, and then I glued the spring onto the back of the motor. Now my plan is to wire the other wire from the battery to a paper clip, or I think maybe one of these pop tabs from an old Coke can might do better. I'm going to use some electrical tape, wire these together. Then I can loop this around the spring and it'll make the motor go, but I'll have a way to turn the motor off without disconnecting the battery. So now all that's left to do is connect my battery and my motor onto my little monster guy, and then he will be ready to boogie. You can glue this inside if you want. I'm going to glue it to the outside. It doesn't really matter. Well, actually, it might matter. The outside, I wonder if it's going to make him too heavy. Bummer. I've got to take out my light. Let's try this again. Just make sure you can reach your connection. Well, it took me a second, but I did finally get my motor glued in, and now here's my little guy dancing at his own private Halloween party. If you were watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are on Facebook, leave me a comment, let me know what you're creating at home, or if you have any recommendations for projects you'd like to see. Until next time, happy Halloween, and I will see you guys later. Bye!